Hi guys, Prav here from ProPhysio Plus. Today we're going to be talking about wrist pain and why it is important to find out about the cause of wrist pain. So please like the video, subscribe to our channel and share with your friends. Alright, let's jump in. Alright guys, so we're going to talk a little bit about a common problem that you might be facing and a lot of people face in their everyday life. What is causing pain in my wrist when I'm typing? So wrist pain while typing is something that a lot of people face, like I mentioned before, especially guys who are office workers. Usually it's due to being overworked, wrist muscles or tendons because of poor posture and workplace setup, but sometimes it can be caused by carpal tunnel syndrome. And usually with this condition, you might feel shock-like symptoms in your wrist that radiates up to your fingers and ongoing pain that doesn't sort of resolve or become better with time. And we're going to talk a little bit about a quick test that we can do to assess this syndrome, and it's called the carpal compression test. Alright guys, so I'm going to demonstrate to you how the carpal compression test works. So Lecky, if I could borrow your hands so kindly.
You may.
Thank you very much. So down here, when you look at your hand, you've got these two big bony bits, alright? The thenar eminence and the hypothenar eminence. When you feel it, it's quite prominent. You know exactly how it feels, like this bony bit here and this bony bit here. If you meet in the middle, that is the carpal tunnel, this little spot in the middle between these two bony bits. So what the test is, and you can do this sitting down with your hand relaxed on the bed, all you got to do is pop one hand here, one thumb here, the other thumb on top of it, and press down. And you want to hold that just for about 30 seconds. And what you will feel, if it's a positive test, is when you get those sort of numbness and tingling going down your hand as well, the shock-like symptoms, and that pain happening again as the time goes on in the test as well. So after you've done it, if you have those symptoms, more likely you will have carpal tunnel. But at the same time, to truly assess carpal tunnel, you would actually have to look for nerve conduction tests and EMG tests as well to get a true positive test for carpal tunnel. So if you've done that test and you feel those symptoms, definitely go see your doctor as well and find out if you can get those tests done to really assess if you've got true carpal tunnel syndrome as well. So that's a quick little test that you can do at home. It takes 30 seconds only.
Okay guys, we're into the part of a Q&A. It's where we get the most popular questions either in the clinic or from Google. So Prav's going to be answering these questions. Question number one, how do I know if my wrist pain is serious?
So first thing comes up, pain comes along, how can I make it better? The first thing to do is to go get an assessment done with your physiotherapist. What usually happens in this is that usually a conversation about any recent injuries or activities that could have triggered the wrist pain, a full assessment of the wrist structure, and potentially an x-ray as well, depending on how the injury happened. Wrist pain treatment also will vary quite greatly depending on the cause of the injury or condition, with common wrist pain treatments including customized splinting, education on injury prevention and rehabilitation, some exercises, and if it's quite severe as well, surgery can be indicated depending again on the severity of the injury.
Okay, common question number three, what does tendonitis feel like in the wrist?
So, how tendonitis feels like really depends on how severe it is and the location of the tendonitis in the wrist as well. So here are some of the most common symptoms that you might be feeling if you have tendonitis. And usually what you may feel, the first thing is a dull passive ache that is usually worse in the morning and with more movement. Reduced strength with movements, especially with gripping, pinching and typing. A lot of stiffness in the wrist, swelling around the affected tendon, and it can also go up to the fingers as well. And the last one is reduce weight bearing with the affected area. So let's say if it's in the left hand, when you put a bit of weight down, you might feel it's a lot harder to do than before.
Question number four, when should I see a physio or a doctor for wrist pain?
So again, if you're experiencing any of those mentioned symptoms that we talked about before, go and get it checked out by a medical professional as soon as possible. The main reason being is that there's so many different things that we can do to help you out as well. And it can really help relieve your wrist pain, and rather than making your injury a lot worse by prolonging the time it takes to get it seen by someone, we can help you diagnose the condition, get the best exercises and sort of treatment for it as soon as possible, and most importantly, get you back to the activities that you like sooner.
Sounds good to me. Last question, what are the best exercises to help wrist pain?
So the first thing to do, especially if you've just got a wrist sprain or injury, is to follow the peace and love protocol that Lecky talked about before, and you can refer on to the great video that he shot. These are all the protocols as well, the RISA protocol, rest, ice, compression, elevation, and referral. But nowadays we're moving towards the new trend of peace and love, which is a much better protocol to follow as well. So once you go and see your local healthcare professional and get it cleared and your condition assessed, there are numerous different exercises and stretches that you can do to really make your wrist pain feel better. Strengthening of the forearm, shoulder, and wrist muscles can greatly help alleviate your pain. And specifically, your physiotherapist can go through with you certain exercises to really help with your tendon pain if you're facing it as well. But I'm going to show you some great stretches that you can do at home to really help improve your range of movement of your wrist if you're feeling some stiffness in there as well. So first of all, you can push your wrist down if you're feeling some sort of stiffness in there. Bring your wrist up, little stretch like this, and even a prayer stretch as well if you're facing carpal tunnel syndrome. So hold these stretches for about 30 seconds at a time. Do it a couple of times throughout the day as well. And if you find the pain's getting worse, reduce the amount you're doing, and of course, go and consult with a healthcare professional, or even better, your physiotherapist at ProPhysio Plus.
Thanks, Prab. There you go, guys, our Q&A. Hopefully we've answered your queries, and if you have any problems, feel free to reach out. Making healthy simple.
All right, guys, so there you have it. We've laid out how you can improve your wrist pain, so please do let us know how you went with it. Like the video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your friends and family. We'll talk to you again soon. Making healthy simple, ProPhysio Plus.